Hello Pioneers, welcome back to Slug Inc. with Nico Gaming, playthrough Satisfactory. This is episode 18. We did get started on the assembly director units here for the final space part, but our production is very minimal. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do want to get like 5 a minute going is what I think I'm going to go for. So I'm currently making 0.75 and we are going to run out of one of those, and the adaptive control we're only making like 1 a minute. So eventually it'll be down to 0.5. And if I have to make 4,000 of these, that's slow. Ooh, would be 8,000 minutes divided by, so 133 hours. That, as busy as I can be, that's a long time to wait in the background for those. So what we're going to do is go for 5, which would be, what, 800? So 800. Yeah, exactly 13 hours, exactly a third of, or a tenth of what we were looking at there. So that I can stomach a lot better. That'll be done in a couple week or so of gaming versus however long 133 hours might take me. And then I'm going to be using a whole bunch of alt recipes. We use Satisfactory production planner website to help give us the numbers and recipes we're using. At 5 a minute, here's what we're going to need for everything, the way we have it set up. And the amount of machines we'll need. So, quite a few. I don't know. Depends on your level. This is kind of a bigger build for me. I know a lot of people get real big building in this game, but I'm still haven't got too advanced with some of that. So, those are our numbers. I'll show the recipes later. We'll kind of start figuring that out. I'm going to be picking up, let's show everything. Here's where the base will be for this factory. Maybe going out here a little bit too. Going to kind of have it butted against this corner, the Caterium mine right here. So we'll be using that Caterium. We'll be using the rock quartz in here. We're going to have to belt it out of the cave, wherever that comes out, over here somewhere. And then we'll probably train it down from there. We're going to use the coal from up here. This is a steep drop. We'll bring that down. We'll use these 3 limestone nodes all overclocked, or maybe we grab some. There's a lot around here. Probably just use these 3 though. Bring that in. We'll use this copper, and we'll need a little more. So we'll probably use these also. These 2 out here. Iron, we'll use these, a couple of these. There's a lot around here. I'm going to use a ton of water out here, a bunch of extractors. And then the oil, there's some pure nodes, we'll save those. We're going to use a couple, I don't know if they're regular or impure, normal or impure. I think they're normal, I don't know. We're going to set up a rubber and plastic production plan out for those right by them, and then we'll train in the plastic and rubber probably up here, bring it in. I think that's all the materials we're using. My next step is to go out and set up some mines on those and extractors and whatnot, and kind of make sure I have enough on those sources to cover all these numbers here. So I'm going to get that done, probably try to make a little progress before we pop back in with some more updates. This will be a big project. I don't want to have this video be too long with a lot of slow, boring details in between. So catch up with you when we get some of that set up, a little basic infrastructure, maybe start bringing a bunch of supplies out here. So we'll see. See you soon. Alright, so made a little bit of progress. Still a lot to do, but we've essentially gone and set up all the mines, the oil nodes. Do have a train for the quartz and about half of the copper over there. So here's the quartz. We got that belted out from the cave in there. And mine's running pretty high. I forget exactly, like 564 or something a minute. Triple overclock, but not full 600. This is kind of pointless. There's nowhere to take this. Let's keep it moving. Oh, it's going to be stuck in the animation. Let's do... can we keep it moving? Yeah. So yeah, there's the train. It grabs the quartz. Goes over here, gets some copper. Our little base is down here, so it's coming up this way, right over here, back down again. Oop, I keep jumping out on accident. Let's cancel this one. Let me cancel. Still gonna do it, okay. Let's load up the copper, I guess. Yep. So, we got a very few minimal things done, but there's a lot left to do as far as getting blueprints done is kind of my next big step, so we could... I'm gonna want some for the lines I built in. We'll fix all this under stuff here. We'll put some supports just under the track and make it look better. It's kind of got us a level to work our way back over here. So, truncated that wall there. Let's get out of that. And yeah, all the mines are set. Arcateria mine, we kind of boxed in all the rocks here. Here's all the storage stuff I brought up. Those are empty. I just kind of hypertube back and forth. The hypertube cannon, just grabbed stuff earlier to start setting up. Let's actually go in there, I'll show you the other mines. We've got the 3 coal mines up there. Those are all underclocked a little. They'll come down this big way down there. The limestone, 3 of them here. These are all triple overclocked, almost maxed out. That's the rest of the copper there. And then these are the 2 iron mines. So those 3 will come here. Bolt up that way. And I kind of want to make some sort of simple little blueprint to make them look slightly nicer for the conveyor belts. And then yeah, we're out of fuel. Oh no. I hear spiders. So we'll bring all that, bring the coal, have those all come here. Have these ones come up. Right there. I'll probably build out the water extractors now, because that's something I can do. Oh no, I didn't want to fall. So we'll need 16. We'll probably come up with I don't think I'll do any blueprint stuff for these, but we'll get those done. I wish I had more fuel on me. So yeah, that's something we can get done now. I built this floor right above it with enough space above them. I might try to fit as many refineries like right over this as we can across this lake. But we kind of want to have some design to them, but the less far I have to pump the water, the better, so. That's pretty much what we got there. Yeah, that's everything. And then over here we just have a train for plastic and rubber going out to the oil refinery, which is another thing I can kind of... Well, Well, yeah, I really do want to set some blueprints up, but let's head out here. So this is pretty basic, just kind of loops around the base. And I don't know the base footprint there, how big this is going to end up being. But we need to come back with some obelisk or chainsaw and clear all this. A few trees out here and there on the tracks. This and the other one. And then we'll add some supports under this too. Such a nice, straight, smooth ride, nice and high. I'll ground this platform here so it looks better. And then I think we'll probably end up just doing all. Oh yeah, we don't have. I keep doing that. So we got 2 extractors here. 165 a minute each. And I'm thinking we might just these are refinery stuff. I'm not making any like extra copper sheets, unfortunately, so we need to make more of those. But I'm thinking I'll do the refinery just like right underneath here, and then send the plastic and rubber just directly up. And then we'll put some stuff here to make this more grounded. I think I ran out of concrete on this particular spot earlier. And now it's boxed in on this side. Could probably make this smaller. But that's what we have. Essentially all the... is this set the right way? I wanted this switch set for it to pull on that side. There we go. So yeah, that's what we got done. Doesn't look like much, but it's been a decent bit of work. Get some supplies out. Just get everything initially set. Now I think we'll probably spend some time in the blueprint designer. Set up some conveyor line kind of buses. Get some different refinery layouts for all the different refineries we're using. This one's backwards too. My goodness. Thought I'd fix these. Good to test stuff out. Yeah. When am I going to remember I don't have any fuel? Okay, well, we'll probably call it here. Cut back with some more activity, some more progress. I've spent a few hours since the last clip I had to get to this point. It doesn't feel like a ton, but... Oh yeah, I had a road there for a minute. The bird's liking it. We'll leave it for him. I have to make better ways of getting around here, but... Yeah, and then this pad is just arbitrary. I just put a ton of foundations out. There's really no science to the sizing of it, or if what we'll actually go with, so we'll see. But yep, we've got all the stuff we need connected, at least. Or not connected, but hooked up. Ready to be connected in. So, except for water, we still need to get all the extractors set. But those are all good for now, so I'm going to call it here today. See you guys in a few seconds, but hopefully I have a fresh disposition when I come back ready to get some more done. I'm wondering if this will be big enough or not. We could also do stuff like make this tighter in here, but whatever. We still have texture fighting. No. So, That thing won't be too overclocked. Yep, now figuring out some actual design to make things look good is our next big step. We're gonna take storage is done. We could finish out all the signs. We got our nodes and mindset. Blueprint designs for everything before building. Cool. So I'll see when I have some progress on those. See what we come up with. Bye. Alright, we're back. It's the next day. I've just spent some time messing around with blueprints for refineries, kind of, and here's what I came up with. I don't know if it's finalized on design, but it's been like an hour or two, and I don't want to be on too long today, so we'll just show this real quick before we wrap it up. So it's a refinery. You could fit 3 refineries in the blueprint designer next to each other. These are going to take up 2 full foundations. The refinery is kind of taking it up, and then I have these little like side. The pillar takes up the rest of the space, and that fills up the 2 foundations. So, then I've just used a whole bunch of big beams, some of the smaller pillars, big pillars. I made a glass frame here that took kind of little nudging and trickery to get it in there. A tilted wall, bunch of lighting everywhere. Little signs for lighting. Some underneath, underside of that beam. So, and then on the front, just kind of more of the same stuff. Got the pillars on either side of the refinery running up it. Got some walls in the back. Maybe one down here. I don't know, we got rid of that wall. Beam, lights, lighting under here. Lighting around this box area. We may change some of the signage up, we'll see how that goes. And here's kind of the side pillar here. A little lighting and stuff on that. And then this has a glass roof. And some walls, windows. There's a tilted beam. It's kind of a lot of fun lighting. I do kind of have to clean up the sides, like I used a bunch of little stuff here to cover some of the kind of texture fighting on the edges. And then we made this double wide walkway. Got the beams and lights and rails. I might actually add a power pole, that's not part of it. But I'm also thinking, I don't know, I kind of want to do a single wide walkway version too, just one foundation. And then the way these are set up on the refineries, I actually have half a foundation essentially sticking out front. So I just laid some butted up against each other like that, and I do like this too. So what I'm thinking is I may do some actual walkways on some of them, and then some of them just kind of nudged up against each other, and there's still room in there to clearly walk through, so. I wanted to check out the back-to-back also. But I do want to build a single wide walkway version. And then here's the same thing, but this one's the grit metal. I think it looks pretty good too. So, once we finalize like signage details on these and exactly how we want it, I added this stuff and kind of used a beam support and then a little beam off it and some connectors. Figured this will be good if I want to number each machine. Once we finalize our design, I'll go through and then I'll actually design specific blueprints for each recipe we're doing, change up all the sign lighting on them, with colors and, you know, however much it's making, if they're underclocked, whatever info we decide to put on there. But, yeah, I just wanted to show you my progress here. I kind of want to build the rest of the factory in the same style with just a much more sort of built out blueprints than we had been using prior, so. And these aren't in any final spot or anything. I need to kind of determine the size to figure out how many and where they're all going, so this gives me a good idea. And I still want to do a blueprint for like the conveyor kind of little busway coming in with coal, limestone, copper, iron, all those are coming in from out there, so that'll probably be pretty simple. I think we may do something kind of like the walkways here with even a little less lighting, but I don't know. Not sure yet. We'll see what we make. Just wanted to show these off. Pretty happy with it, so might do some tweaking. We're gonna need to make a lot of quartz crystal too to make everything like this, but that's fine. I'd kind of like to start getting some copper sheet production going too, because I have nothing making that extra of that right now. I could set it up back at the base on some of those, but I'm thinking I might just bring some of the copper in on the train here and just set up a very basic little temp setup here to make some, because we're going to need them for the refineries and all the piping and all that. And what do I have on me? A couple hundred. There might be like another 100 or so in the storage up there, but I think that's pretty much it. All the copper factory back at the base is net zero. All getting used, so. I'm wondering too, can I? Oh yeah, we can just daisy chain these. So that'll be nice. Well, hope you like that. We'll pick up when we have some more progress. I'll keep things moving along, but I figured this was worth stopping and showing. That's pretty much all I've done for today as far as gaming out. Making a blueprint. Call it a day. Thanks. See you in a moment. Be tomorrow for me. Alright, stopping back in. Quick update here. We made a blueprint for a little conveyor kind of bus housing sorta. Just pretty simple. Here's a single one of it. It's just some windows, foundation, beam, little light there. Got the roofs crossing the 4-meter glass roof. Couple 4-meter signs. Oh no. So I made a 4-long one, and then I went back and made this single one later to help fill in gaps in the corner one and stuff. We also made a single walkway here. And then I've gone through and belted up. I think these should be good now. So we got the... let's see what we have. Iron line out there. And that copper node. These both come up. And this one stays on the 3rd. This one drops down to the 2nd level there. And then out this way we have, I think, 2 concrete lines. It's too much for even a Mark V. And then the coal we have on its own line. I think this is the coal line here. That's a long Bunch of connections all the way up there. And I kind of built the same sort of things all the way around up to the mines. And then these two on the right are the limestone here. I think, yeah, one's 5. That's probably the merged line. This one's by itself. And then almost all the mines kind of have a little spot with the conveyor. Well, I'll see if we leave these gate holes or not. I'm just using them to keep things accessible at the moment. Yeah, I like it. Looks clean. Got these little end cap ones. The lights there. I think I'm gonna make little housings for the miners. I don't know if I'll have them fully enclosed. It might just be like a cage around it with some beams and stuff. Maybe a little signage. And a spot to hook up power. And then I do need to bring power out to all these spots. And I'm kind of thinking I might, even though I'll probably never use it, but just in case I ever want to, or in case it's ever handy, I might make a little switch room here. And just have a separate switch for each type of mines out there. So if I want, for whatever reason, ever shut them off, which I, like I said, probably won't use, but kind of nice to make a little switch setups. Then we got the water pretty much set up. I need to see what we're gonna do. I brought it up here, and then I have it going back down. I'm thinking I'll put refineries on this floor and have the water. I made this floor above the extractors, and then there's just some pillars, and then I use the little wall support, try to keep it kind of clean. This is a single one, and then these are each 5, so they're maxed out. I kept a MK2 pump on this one, so it could go hopefully as high. There's some power down here. I got all the lines wired up to the ceiling like that and just going across, but need to come back, and I think we'll just do some double outlets on the glass. Do a little power setup there. Mr. Bean's hanging out down there. And then here's our subfloor, which I actually kind of need to start thinking about. I probably could have even brought stuff straight from there in, but we'll see. Probably bring it in on this corner, I'm thinking. And we may even expand this out a little more. Maybe out to there, I don't know. And then I might do another little housing like this, like down this line, because we got Caterium, quartz, and copper on the train. I don't know if I showed this before. I just did a little temp setup of copper sheets and quartz, because I was gonna need copper sheets and quartz. We were just going to be using a lot of lighting, so I want to have a lot of extra on hand. I figured might as well get the train working, so these are by no means a permanent setup. That one looks maxed out, but it's fine. We're syncing everything, so there it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think next steps are my little miner cage I'm gonna make, and then running power out to all the mines, getting that all hooked up. Yeah, we'll do a little flyby for you. So, I'm kind of digging it. So once we get that piece done, our water's pretty much done. Can start setting up things. I may go out to the oil. out that way and set that up first and get the plastic and rubber coming here, and then we'll have all the materials on site. Gonna take it from there. But I think we need to fit like 50 or so refineries over here. So I kind of want to start mapping that out. I might do some more pathways and maybe make some corners and intersection ones like this and finish setting that up a bit. Figure out where everything's gonna go. So I haven't messed with the refinery design to finalize that yet, but we're close. We'll tweak into the signage and then we'll be ready. So anyway, there's our overcomplicated conveyor glass hallway. Alright, we'll see when we have some more progress. Hopefully we can get some actual production started here soon, but we're still got a lot of setup to go, so. Oh, now we're missing a light right here. Alright, I'll catch you later. Well, we're back. We made a simple sign blueprint. Used a wall and then just took the wall away. But just so we can plop those down as we desire. And then we made this miner blueprint. So you can't put a miner in here in the blueprint designer. But you can like do this, you know, and start working around it. It's easier when you're kind of like hovering up in the air. I was just gonna do this cage with the beams, and then we got way more advanced. Miner's property is Slug Inc., a subsidiary of Fixes. Maybe a little too much, but whatever. And then we have this pole up for the power, which is actually a good reminder. I want to change the. This is going to be the iron design, so. Got some grayish colors going on the lighting. I'll probably go ahead and make all the other types and have the logos preset and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's actually check this out. Save. Let's grab those parts. And then what I'm thinking is if I can kind of lay the foundations out like that. I got this black and my super black color. And then I'm using the foundation primary as the gray for a lot of things. So yeah, let's try this out. So with this, you can't put it right over it. You have to kind of get it lined up and do the nudge. Press H. And some of these mining nodes are kind of like on the half. So you might need to do a control nudge to do a half step. Or too far back. Let's see how that looks. I don't want the light coming out. There we go. Oh, I can actually look at the pole too. It should line up really close. So I think that's good. Pop that down. We can power it in. And there we go. We got a nice little miner housing. Not fully covered on the top, but I like the way this looks. So we'll go with that. I don't know if I really need these signs. I was also thinking of adding some beams on top to cover that. Maybe we'll add that to the blueprint. Kind of sticks out too. Yeah, so maybe we... The signs aren't great on the gray, but on the other colors it might make it pop and add some nice reflective light here. I also have lumen off right now, so I think we'll add those beams. Yeah, we'll add that to the blueprint. That's kind of the gist of it. So then if I want to do another one, I can grab whatever color we have for the particular mining, the ore type. Put that around. This one might be a little different. We'll do the half there. We could do this, because yeah, we want it to stick out of the housing a little bit. Let's do a half here, or a quarter. Corner. Let's go for half. We're kind of out into the dirt out in the back here. Some more halfers there. So this one's a little different than the other foundations. I don't know if I have enough. Nope. Not quite enough for that, but we'll actually redo this with this added in. Let's try putting one down here real quick. See how it lines up if those are on a different area. Okay, we'll have to get it started a little closer. Oh yeah, we can start like halfway on it. Something like that. Yeah, that works for the stripes. We could mess with them if we wanted to. So. Oh, and I don't like when the thing pokes out, so if I were to do this, we're gonna go change this blueprint though. Get it like halfway on, press nudge. Can also look at my light post or electric post. It is good, we could go over a little more. Half step this way. Nudge is a great feature, I don't know, I can't imagine. I did not play before update 8, so I don't really know what I was missing, but there seems like a lot of stuff. It's gotten better over time. 1.0 should be exciting. Anyway, we'll add those beams, and then we'll make a version for all the different ore types, then go plop those down and get the wiring finally hooked up. I've just been messing with the blueprint for that for a while. Set one up out here just temporarily to give me a spot to tweak these. Oh, and then I also made barely made it. Just a horizontal sign light strip. So it's kind of nice as a little bordering thing. I think I'm going to do a vertical one too and probably put it on some of these the drops. So and maybe we'll go around and add more of these everywhere. I don't know where exactly we want it. We'll probably get closer to do that. I kind of want to get the power hooked in and then I can just hover around all this with the hover pack to add some other details. Oh, and then one other foundation, another blueprint I was thinking of doing is just tweaking our normal one of these 4x4 flats. You're just doing some color differences. something like this. And then we can, we could leave that. I'm going to go another color though. Just to make this blatant where we're putting what. We could even do one for the different machine types, but my goal with this is just call it two-tone. Let me show you what I'm thinking with that. Is when we come over here, these are not, these are zooped out. So what I might do is go ahead and grab out a blueprint size. Too much. That's fine. Alright, where is this two-tone? Did we save it? It's in there. Let's see. Oh wait, what if I do blueprint? I should work off of these walkways. We want that going the other direction though. So essentially what I'm thinking is I'll lay these out. Come on, blueprint. And the autosave is killing me. Just gotta turn that off when I record. Well, now I don't know which way it's facing. The same way. Alright, last attempt here. Are you kidding me? Keep pressing all the wrong buttons. Is that on the corner? Let's try that way. There we go. But this way I can easily start laying stuff out. With some blatant colors, and then I can just count them. You know, like that's 2 of my refinery blueprints, because those take up a double slot. Right, like that. So this way I can lay them out and then kind of start counting out all the different types. I might plop down some... Actually, I've made a basic sign wall. Where is that? I might use this to count out the machine, the refineries I need for each different type that we're going to have over here. So we'll do that, and then I can plop these down to count them. Maybe we'll do different colors for each one. Build out all the walkways, and then we'll come back later to fill those in. But first I'm going to go through and plop these miner cages down, which that might take a bit. Get the power hooked in, and maybe get some vertical lights going on some of these. A lot of unimportant stuff, you know. We'll catch you later. Alright, it's a different day. It's been quite a while. Been busy, it might not look like much. A lot of kind of decorating and stuff. A little overview. Got all the trim decorative lighting kind of added where I wanted. All our miner cages are down. So then we did add a hypertube. We added this I don't think I showed this. Just a simple power kind of mining building. I'm not using the priority power switch yet, but we might. I don't know if we'll use this much, but just kind of bring the power into one place. I need to go check the numbers on these. I did put some mining cages on those other ones. Made a copper, a quartz pink one. And I got this little tube here. So I can set this, goes to coal all the way up top. And then this is the limestone one. takes you out there. And then an iron one, and then there's a separate little copper one. And I could just delete this tube and plug it into whichever one I need. And then left this one empty, so when I come back I can have a spot to get out. So, I don't know if we'll be using these a ton, but it'll make getting out here a lot faster, a lot easier, so. Keeping for that. Got our cages out on these. Coal mines. Some trim lighting out here. Everything's powered up on their separate lines. And then, more or less the same thing. That's kind of where the limestone one ends. Since we're missing one there, we can pop out without issue. Then I'll add a mining manager in here later. I'm not going to worry about it yet, just kind of wanted to leave some space. So, pretty basic. I could hook in the other power lines for the separate mines out there to this, but I don't really see a need to. We are syncing all the mines. Just wanted to make sure they were running well, working, so. Seem to be good. And then we've set out spots. Kind of just counting numbers. I think this is kind of the layout we're going to go with. So I'm going to come back through and add a bunch more walkways. I kind of want to blueprint a little single piece intersection one. Maybe a single piece one that I can add as needed. And then we did put this sign up, kind of getting base materials organized here. We are doing copper sheets and refineries, so that's the only slightly more advanced one. I guess you could say crystallized silicon. Anyway, these three down here are going to be the oil refinery offsite. So those numbers are, like, the percentages are a little crazy. We'll probably change it slightly to have some machines running full and one running partial. Here's what we need right here, though, at this location. 3 wet concrete, 16 caterium ingot, 9 iron ore, or iron ingot, 4 quartz crystal, and then the steam copper sheets are 20, and those are going to be fed the ingots here. And then I kind of have arrows for some of the split ones, like our limestone needs to feed the concrete, but it also is feeding 28 assemblers. Quartz is feeding the quartz crystal, but also the silica here too. So, the foundries, we have iron and copper, the alloy ingot recipe. Since that is feeding the sheets here, we need to kind of consider that. I'll probably try to have those foundries like right here, so that way they can be slightly easier to just feed right into that. So we'll have 14 of those foundries, and then 14 steel foundry. I think what we'll do is put the copper alloy ones here, the steel ones next to it, and then the assemblers maybe further down here. I don't know if we're going to do a second story above the refineries or not. I'm not sure. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Iron here, so yeah, maybe the steel will be like right here. Deuterium, copper sheets, a little bit of quartz, a little wet cement or whatever, concrete. So, it doesn't seem like a ton has happened, but I have spent a lot of time decorating this place up. Took quite a while. And we added the hyper tubes in this building and the wires, the mining cages. It does feel like we've got a decent bit done. And actually, if I look at my little to-do list here, I think we have all these done. Got all the trim decorations done. We added mining cages on the other two. And they all have power. I think my next step is going to be... Let's see. We need specific refinery blueprints for each type with all the colors and signs prefix for each thing and whatnot. We also need to make a blueprint for foundries. We already have one, but I kind of want to make a new style, a little more advanced to kind of go along with everything we're doing here. Blueprint for foundry. Yeah, what else we need? Walkway, corner, T, single. Just do the foundry separate. Okay. Let's see, blueprints for each type of refinery, walkway blueprints, blueprint for foundry. That should be good. So this is kind of nice, kind of got an idea of how we'll shape this building. This is going to be kind of a separate feeder building for this one. And then I'm thinking we'll have all that, foundries and assemblers for silica all kind of down on this floor, and I don't know how much space they'll take up, but I don't know if we'll need more than that, or want to do more than that on the first floor. So let's go take an overview. The lines are looking good. Time to start getting the refineries in. I think once I get these, I'll probably stop and go out to the oil spot and get all those refineries set up as well. And figure out all the other base machines we have here. And then we can kind of start determining. I was going to start putting the next steps and things we need, but I think we don't need to do that just yet. We can get around to that. Focusing on getting this stuff done is kind of the next big step, and then this in the oil, then we'll pretty much have all of our base materials being ready to go from there. So, all right, I don't know how long this has been. I'm guessing we might be around an hour with various clips for this episode 18. This will probably, we'll just keep all this in episode 18 for this factory creation. So I'll make this 18A and I'll catch you on episode 18B. Thanks for watching.